What's good, YouTube, and welcome to the house. I've already tried to do this video several times in one take, so if I stumble, I'm just gonna roll with it because I get super excited talking about market theory, and we have things like the GX box, which seems to be from one print only, supposedly Europrint, and the pictures / quality do line up. I have these in hand to show you and my thoughts on that. The Battle City box certainly was all from one place, and from shipping and logistic errors, it does seem like the GX box is the same for Speed Duels. But let's get into everybody's favorite 3 of these structure decks unleashed into one list. YugiTube, clickbait, you're gonna go to locals and go X2 drop. You're gonna have a bad time, you're gonna grab a slice of pizza and hope you pulled something great from that OTS pack, buddy. There's a lot that's going to have to go into making a competitive deck around the Albaz Strike structure deck, but luckily stuff like Invoked is super budget. I would even call Gold Invocation kind of a penny stonk right now, and not a financial advisor channel. We are going to be talking a ton of market theory, and I don't know your bankroll, your ability to hold on to things, and where card prices are going to go, because a lot of eyes and discussions are on Pot of Extravagance. Pre-sale is about to rip off of TCG Player. You're going to see a ton of competition into this, and the competition is also starting on Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily. Code What'sGood5 for 5% off, and to support the channel directly, you can see that Branded Fusion, about 2/3 of the price. Same with Pot of Extravagance. They don't want as much. Dark Ruler no more at $2 is a super nice look, and they have Saferd at $1 versus like the $3 people want over here. Now again, competition is ramping up. It's a very nice look, and with so many good singles in the structure deck, there's still going to be competition. I could see this going down towards $13.50, but if you don't think that, they do have pre-orders over on Gamer's Choice. Code What'sGood5 for 5% off, and to support the channel directly also. And they have singles up. I noticed some of them are cheaper, like the tokens overall together, and some of the singles are either the same, but it does seem like Yu-Gi-Oh! Daily is winning a lot of the pre-sale war on the top end. So shop around, see what deal is best for you, or wait a couple days. But I do think a lot of singles are going to go into people's speculation tank, and Pot of Extravagance has me scratching my head because it has been reprinted into the ground. I don't know why people thought this would be the one missing from this structure. It's too good to go in there. Look at how they treat it. Oh wait, Pot of Duality has like so many reprints, and that's where my head starts to really turn the gears that I don't know if this is one you want to stockpile up. You are hedging your bet that another reprint and another structure deck somewhere in a year isn't coming, or that you will have time to monopolize on the bottoming out and ending up going back up, because look what would have happened if you've been on that copium hopium with, say, the secret rare. Look at the fallout of this graph over time, as then it got a reprint and the gold rare, and then look what happens to the gold rare when you have the structure deck reprint and more of it accessible everywhere. Of course, gold rare is super divisive, but even the super nice looking secret rare, or OG secret rare if you want to point out, well, that's the prismatic secret rare from the 10s, consistently down even for first edition over here as well on the past year. Now, we waited forever for Savage Strike, and I want to say, Konami, do more of this. That reprint was so good, let's do it again. Should apply to staple-like cards such as this. This shouldn't be like super investor stonks when it comes to cards that can be part of a metagame that people want to play in their strategies. I think this is specifically the kind of card we want to see a ton of reprints on. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and what are you staring at? I think it's always good to get another copy of a Ghost Girl. I think that it can be a year plus before we see another copy of her, despite how many printings there are. Effect Veiler tends to remain about $1, so if it bottoms out towards like a quarter to 50 cents, might be something good to grab. I see 6-9, nice. So many good cards and really awesome things in this structure deck, though for its value, I do think it's going to get ripped open a ton. I think the structure deck could go up over time pretty easily, like the Soul Burner one, but how competitive it is could actually cause so many people to hold on to it that it has problems going up. Look at the God card structure decks. I actually said I had a bad feeling about that one, despite every vendor in the world going, this is obvious stonks, it's going to do so well, it's Slifer and Obelisk, of course it was, and then we see the set list, and I'm like, like, yeah, too many people in the same tank versus the Sacred Beast one. I said I thought that one would do better, and it did do way better. So that's my opinion on the structure deck, that it can go up over time. There's a lot of singles to look at, but I don't necessarily think Pot of Extravagance is it unless it misses a reprint for a very, very long time. Now, the Speed Duel boxes, Battle City box was actually EU printing only. That's why the glams on here for TCG player included look so dark. Now, I'm fresh out of the shower, but maybe sweating a little. We're going to handle these cards carefully to show you for the GX box that they only have the samples here. They do seem to be EU print. Look how dark this Destiny Hero Plasma is. I'm going to get to focus, and there's my maximum lighting, yet it still remains so freaking dark, and it's crazy how it does. Now, here's Dawn's Lugan. I think it actually pops really well, so there's some of these cards I really like for EU print overall, especially this DD Warrior Lady. While it's a bit dark, look at the actual highlight of Secret Rare around her. It is crazy freaking cool, and you do get in the shade when I go into this angle, by the way, from the camera itself. But here's tilted towards the light how dark Destiny Hero Dasher is himself, but the background looks immaculate. But the card itself ends up being very dark for what it is on the art. So take that as you will. Be aware these seem to all be from EU print or a darker inked print, and some of those cards will look excellent in it. Also, the single's not doing nearly as good as the Battle City box in general. When we're looking at it, Dasher's the top end at $8 versus, I remember out the gate, Rhoda was doing well, so many 5 to 6s, and then they got bought out, and a lot of them have aged extremely well and have so much potential for past formats. Yes, there's past format cards like DD Warrior Lady, but it does feel like that reprint was so good, let's do it again. Like, 12 of these secret rares were already secret rare before, and then Dasher is going to have a super rare printing in the OTS pack while the secret's coming out. They did a lot of really odd timing with some of these. Like, this was a super hard to get promo secret rare, and it looks amazing just like it, but a lot of people are over the Arm Dragon stuff and the reprints. That was a bit ago. It feels like almost too late, right? So for a lot of double dipping already existed in this rarity cards. It's not the same hit and impact the first Battle City box had on its reprints that are in the holo section, but it does have a pretty cool set list. It does have a sealed format. I believe that OTS locals are supposed to be setting up and that kind of stuff to be able to play, and it is falling out cheaper rather than immediately going up, but I don't see this as a failed product. The failed product to me is like the Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1, right? I think I've discussed this on a Market to Watch. I'm having deja vu real quick. But this, where you are able to get this, vendors are paying like $8 something per little box since they're $15, maybe $8.25. And when you look up $70, right? And that's shipped to your front door, I believe it's, yeah, absolutely pathetic from a top-rated seller. And you divide that by the 8 little boxes inside, they're losing money on the shipping and fees. That would be considered a failed product, and because so little of this is open, the singles might be what's better to go for on Hidden Arsenal, but I don't think the Battle City box slash GX box version of it is a failed product. Now, Dark Worlds got announced for a structure deck R. We don't know any of the cards. Maybe we'll finally get that Dark World fusion in there, but some notable cards that are going very fast. Dark World Dealings now has 5 total listings, and it's not the greatest look for Unlim slash Near Mints. They are going moon rocketing crazy. You have Brow, also very, very hard to get, and a card that most people would think would be played. One listing now at the 150 for the ulti, and the secret rares from Legendary Collection are going up for Brow and Snow. I believe this is Snow's highest rarity, hands down, period, and it is a lowest of $8 from low bad feedback before it is $10. Now, one card that I was focused on is actually Gates of Dark World. I told you guys I really like the look of this from how high Zombie World got at one point $20 for that ultra rare before it got another holo printing, and it already has a super astral pack version, so unlikely to see another super from an OTS pack, but sometimes they reprint a rarity that already exists, or they do that double down. The ultra rare from Legendary Collection, though, right now is $3, which is like $1 above its market price, and it does somewhat quickly rise from there towards $4, etc. And you can see a tiny bump there, but it's not going too crazy. Interesting that people aren't going for the hollowed out field spell that has two kind of hard to versions get, and then a common from a structure deck. Yes, they'll probably reprint the field spell within the new structure deck, right? Common, but the holofoil versions, I'm surprised people aren't actually going for those as much. Vendread Slayer. Vendread's also got legacy support. Name a better duo of legacy support, either announced or physically there, and things going crazy in price. We see that the super from the OTS packs has gone way up, a bit crazy, and we'll probably see that graph also of it curving back down over time, but there are mega fans of this. I remember there's like 2 Yugi tubers who have entire 1,000+ subscriber bases off of just playing Vendreads, and the combos were always so cool to me. And now you do see Konami addressing the issue of getting things to the field from deck and getting those effects out. Also on the Vendread list, Vendread Charge, the Exfo rare seems to be a bit pricey for what it is, around $2+. So be aware, Vendread cards are something to kind of look at and like, what's happening over there? But I wouldn't be touching them personally too much unless more support's on the way. I do see that I have a sealed conversation here. Battle of Chaos is slowly going up, despite the only thing going up inside being Guardian Chimera after Illusion of Chaos is re-chilling out a little. You have the Thunder Ultra, which does have potential, and then you have the Libromancers, which have a lot of potential too, in my opinion. But opening this product is a feels bad, man, unless you hit a top-end chase. You need to hit a Guardian Chimera or a Starlight or a 1 per case, 1.5 case-ish Dark Magician. Yet this sealed is going up, and a lot of people point to its kind of collectible vibe, and casual doesn't mean broke. You have so much DM era theming in here that it could age well, and it's also one of those not in this year's Megaton boxes. I feel like with this set, it does have a lot of interesting things going for it, but it is surprising, except for that upped MSRP, on why this would be going this way rather than just sinking like a rocket. It doesn't have a Blazing Dumpster Fire Pot of Prosperity. It just has the Rising Guardian Chimera for now. Very interesting to see that baby bump up. But what skyrocketed up is Brothers of Legend, and that apparently happened during the TCG player bonus packs on sealed product only. I was taking a couple days off. I saw that they were having the sale. I was like, sealed only, not singles. Well, it did have an impact, and I looked over on eBay also, and while there are a couple sellers under, most things on eBay, $6.99 nice, have gone up in price besides a very few select sellers down there under. So it's causing people to reach back over to eBay for certain sealed off TCG players, since it has pushed it up over on this platform like crazy. Also, Grand Creators, I noticed, bumped up a bit over time. This was under 60, then got to 60, now it's 63. So some slow climbing products and then some fast, you can tell right when that sale was, kind of crazy reactions such as Burst of Destiny, with people starting to speculate on, well, the no sooner than is nowhere to be seen. I could be safe for a while. I'm going to go for these DPEs, or I'm going to get this because it's going to be a long time till its reprints get announced. I've got to say, it is crazy watching after such a year's dry run of products where I think only 2-ish were successful last year at the start of, till the end. Like, there was just this huge long dry period outside of Ghost and King's Copium and Ghost from the trash, let's be honest, it's singles inside who were trash. And then King's Court, it had the nice reprint in Lightning Storm, which is now getting speculated elsewhere. F-Zero, the wind is out from under its wings. The Millennium Rare God cards that are Pharaoh Rare, they did not pan out. There's some interesting things going on with last year's products versus this year's, and the end of last year's. And it seems like we're kind of turning that corner into a much better range of announcements and products treating us, and the products that did well are getting received pretty nice, but it's also interesting to see Battle of Chaos in there. So what do you guys think of Battle of Chaos joining those ranks of starting to slowly slowly trend up over here on TCG Player. I want to hear your thoughts. If it's just that kind of collector vibe, people holding on to it, there's a something special inside named Dark Magician, or is it all just Guardian Chimera hype, Guardian Chimera hype? I want to pull a Guardian Chimera myself. What's going on in here with Battlecast? I want to hear your take on it. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. I love talking market theory, even if I get to stumble a bit and I get excited about it. I love bringing you that kind of talk, and also I like to soak in stuff from the audience. Even though I'm pretty confident in what I say and the direction I go, I still have a lot to learn even after being here all this time, and I'm not always going to be right. Any Yu-Gi YouTuber that's like, this is definitely going to happen, you could bet this, that, and the other, like, there's no guarantees. You can reach 3 sets ahead, and suddenly, after no Megaton reprints, and last year's March reprint set, here's the Despia reprint right in Ghost, right on time. Like, you don't know where Konami's going to go, and you can make 50 calls and then only highlight your right calls and backtrack on the wrong ones, but nobody's absolutes here, myself included. Like, I feel like that cocky projection thing happens to a lot of Yu-Gi YouTubers, myself included, when confidence is exuded, but I think a lot of people are willing to take that, yep, I'm dead wrong caught in 4K, and here's the lesson I learned from it. I think most of them are that humble as well.